Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is a game 1 the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my play-by-email match against Deaniks. He's a Japanese player and for me this Allied side. This is now January 13th, 42 turn, the day after the more or less surprise strike of the Japanese first and second carrier division against my Lexington task force close to Port Moresby. I choose to run to the port of Port Moresby and try to stand down there. It's a little risky, but I have the feeling that I must play this game a little more with action and blood and honor than only most maximum efficiency. Good, so first my submarine's trying to get a hit on the enemy task force, but S-boat is failing. Next attack on a destroyer. This is more or less all my submarines getting intercepted by the enemy destroyers, so it's not really a submarine attack. Third attempt, third time intercepted, with no damage on my small submarines. Next attempt, and again, no, nothing. Similar situation here at San Francisco, Los Angeles. But the Japanese submarine is able to hit my patrol craft. But these are very cheap, cheaty, slow patrol craft, so it's much easier to sink them. So, morning, still fighting with my submarines. Submarines are still not able to achieve a crippling hit on an enemy capital ship. And now is air search. So the Japanese locate my carrier force and also I think some cargo ships trying to run away. I also spot the enemy carrier fleet. First a sweep over Singapore, but no one here. Nell bombers hitting I don't know more the name of this base, but there are some motor torpedo boats. I store them here, and the enemy got recon and sinks 3 of them. Oh, unlucky. Some ground strikes in China. And here is the airstrike coming. And I add every fighter in range to defend here. Because again, I try to lure the Japanese air fleet air wings out to fight over my own base and slaughter their pilots. And I'm risking my carrier fleet here simply to have to give the Japanese the opportunity to really hit the Allies a little more painful. Because I have a little feeling that, I don't know, there's normally not enough pressure from the Japanese to really push this campaign. Or at least compared to my playstyle, this is also slow and sluggish. So we have here now a lot of fighters trying to get rid of this enemy interceptors or cap fighters. And I slaughter incoming aircraft. Lexington get one more hit. Charlotte missing one torpedo hit. And there was a problem, there was an ammunition explosion at Lexington. That is not good. No penetration hit. One more hit. Torpedo hit on Charlotte. So, was still a powerful strike. I was able to slaughter half of the incoming strike aircraft. And many zeros. But I still got one unlucky torpedo hit at Lexington with the ammo explosion. And that more or less, I think, rips apart the carrier. And Charlotte, I will not really care too much. More incoming strike missions. I still slaughter some. But one more torpedo hit in Charlotte. And that was all. Now Charlotte is also heavily damaged. You can see heavily damaged and heavy fire. That is not a good combination. Okay, some lonely dive bombers. I get these are 3 kills now. Yes. More unescorted torpedo bombers. 3 kills. Fine. And more aircraft trying to reach Port Moresby. And pumps failure at Lexington. And that was only the morning. Good. The Chinese ground forces have to suffer. And one Dutch submarine trying something. And here again, no activity. Good bombardments east of Juncture. Not so important. And I think the third battle for Loyang now. Twice I was able to hold the position, inflicted even casualties on the Japanese side. And once more I am able to hold the line, but the casualties are mounting up now on my side. And the old forts are destroyed. So, a very nice action-packed turn with a little unlucky torpedo hit on Lexington from my side, more or less. Still, I would say it's a. Let's say I ask for this action to see something. And if I lose now my 2 carriers, I would say, okay, it was on purpose. Not that I want to use them on purpose, but only to risk them on purpose. Good, see you soon. So, first check the intelligence report. Air losses. 15 for Allies, 84 for the Japanese. The Japanese, this is now over-reported 101, so there are less losses for the Japanese, maybe 15, maybe 7 less wild bomber, 3 less dive bomber or torpedo bomber, but anyway, you can get a feeling for that. The Japanese lost a clue, more or less one air wing of zeros, one air wing of torpedo bombers, and maybe 2 air wings of dive bombers, something like this, and some betties on top. For me, only light losses for Wildcats and Warhawks. Ships lost or sunk today. Some motor torpedo boats in the port of Subic Bay, okay. But and small patrol craft lost against the torpedo attack by a submarine. Good. So far, so fine. Nothing for Hawaii or the surrounding seas. Midway looks fine. I have here some submarines repairing and rearming, and then sending them back to try to do something in Japan. Let's say this. West Coast. There is a submarine somewhere here still in shallow water. Yeah. Only losing a patrol craft is not really important for me. There's a supply convoys running non-stop direction Pago Pago and Pago Pago to Australia or back. More and more equipment is hopefully showing up soon. The problem is that my submarines here are a little far away to have a chance to intercept the enemy carrier fleet. The enemy carrier fleet is still here. You can see the first and the second carrier division is here, plus surface escort group. This task force is running over my S-boats, so I consumed a lot of my torpedoes. And S-35 also. So each had 1 or 2 attacks. That is all fine. There's also other task force. This is, I think, a supply task force for Rabaul. I don't know which direction they're running. So now is my task force. This is stand down from the carriers or the dive bombers. The fighters was heavily engaged. Not this one. This is only escaping. This one was running from Port Moresby. So you can see highly fatigued, so burnt out. A lot of air wings or aircraft are damaged. 4 wounded pilots, 2 killed pilots, 8 aircraft lost in air-to-air battle. Maybe all today, it's hard to say. But also 40 kills. So if you compare 8 to 40, so 5 to 1 kill ratio. And these pilots have already good experience. Still not elite, but good. Many had 1 or 2 kills. Still more have no kills. This was patrol, and this is the other air wing was here, running from the airfield. With 1 killed pilot and 2 wounded pilots and 5 lost airframes. And only 3 air kills. So this was a little low because I was not sure if he maybe try to attack very low. So I sent him a little lower. So yeah. I also had the carriers had on cap, so this was not all. I had more aircraft. But now you can see here is one destroyer that is still under repair from this attack with the light cruiser repairing. And now Lexington and Charlotte is more or less lost, I would say. The ammo explosion simply ignite a very strong fire, and the fire is consuming the ship. But no, let's say this. Benefit is, or the only good information or news is that I can still save all my aircraft and air wings, so I will not lose any air wing, because I can still transfer all the air wings of Lexington and Charlotte to the port or base of Port Moresby. Of course, yeah, that was unlucky. A normal torpedo hit would open here the flooding, not the issue, but the ammo explosion simply starts this fire, and the fire I cannot get under control with this high system damage. So, lost the carrier. And Charlotte is only a light carrier, and I think there was 2 or 3 torpedo hits. Here is a chance, but if you have system damage over 50 and still fire, it's really hard to stop it. So I could only say maybe it's possible because I'm now in the port. Problem is that Port Moresby is only a port 1, and I have here only very small navy support. I had not enough time to build up this base, so I would say Lexington is for sure lost, but I will not scuttle the carrier simply because sometimes strange things happens and I don't care points. And yeah, there's also a dive bomber hit on the destroyer, not too critical. And Leander got a torpedo hit. No, I thought it was a torpedo. No, maybe it was only dive bomber hit. Okay, good. I have still more fighters. One more air wing arrived I had it in Brisbane, so I had to move it first to Townsville, and then I can move now to Port Moresby. So I will add I can send this one fighter wing, and here's a second fighter wing. So I can send 2 more fighter wings to Port Moresby to make sure that if Deaniks tries to attack again, I will hopefully destroy all incoming aircraft. Because this was his strongest strike. Nothing will be stronger than what he had today. But of course he was already successful in achieving his mission. Good, but this will also give maybe a little more pressure on my positions. Maybe we'll see. All the rest of the map is not so active. I have tons of submarines trying to get here some kill. Same here at Formosa. Philippines, everything is not too much under pressure. Japanese are in Pegu, but not moving more. I slowly losing here the battle for Loyang. My forces are now under 90,000, so I don't have more stacking issue, but I'm completely out of supplies and my units are not more very strong on AV. So I will maybe lose the next battle. And I had no chance to really move here out. I tried to escape with some equipment, but most of the units will be kicked out. Cannot change it. Good, and yeah. Anything else? I can make a short check on my best pilots, maybe. Top pilots at all so far. You can see I have already some aces. Still all more or less from the Philippines, I would say. This is no, this guy is from this air wing. Okay, so I have not only my aces on the Philippines, I have also some now at Port Moresby. And you can also see that the ratio of killed or destroyed aircraft is roughly now 4 to 6. It's okay. I lost a bunch of ships, but ships sunk so far for the Allies. All ships. There were reports on Prince of Wales. Yeah, that was a little unlucky. And I won Fiji cruiser. That is really pity. That are really good cruisers. But the rest is some tankers, some APs. A bunch of submarines at the beginning strike of Manila. And there was also one battle, I think, with my destroyers. I was not able to really... I lost them. So a bunch, but most numbers-wise, it's cheap ships. Still, I lost something, but it's okay. You can lose with the Allies. And then Japanese, hard to say if this is true. I don't believe it. But here you can see they lost... For sure, 1 heavy cruiser and 1 light cruiser is lost for sure. 2 more heavy cruisers are reported hit the mine. And the submarine sunk, other equipment sunk. Not too much, I would say. But there's a lot of missing stuff here, that for sure. There's much more normally lost for the Japanese. But warships-wise, 3 or 4 cruisers. This is true. Good. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.